prepping for Tulsa Rocketry's High Frontier launch in Pawhuska, Oklahoma. So this will be the maiden flight of the Arapahoe X if everything goes according to plan. So the motor I've selected for this, for its maiden flight, is an Arapahoe I-180 White Lightning. This is a really nice motor. I've used this several times. I use it a lot on my Mighty Mech. White Lightning propellant, so it's kind of, I don't really call it high performance, but it's got a really good roar to it and gets things moving really quickly. So I'm predicting about 1,500 feet altitude with this. It goes in the 360 case. This is actually an old Monster Motors. That's why it's gold, but Aerotech. Back in the day, there used to be several people that made hardware for Aerotech, and they've kind of gone by the wayside. There's one, red one's Dr. Rockets, Monster Motors, are the two I know of. But an old case, but it's in pretty good condition. So we will put together an Aerotech I-180 38mm motor in the 38 360 case. So here we go. Get this stuff out. Okay. The O-rings. Okay. Okay, so I do need to adjust the delay. I just kind of go old school on this. I'm not getting too fancy, but I've got a piece of rubber tubing here that I just use as a guide or a stop. So simulated 1,500 feet with an 8-second optimal delay on the motor. These come, full delay is 14 seconds. So let's go a couple seconds after optimum, 10 seconds. So I need to take 4 seconds off of that. So each second is a 32nd of an inch. So if I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 30 seconds, which is an eighth, it should be 125 thousandths. So 1 divided by 32 times 4 should be 125 thousandths, which is the eighth of an inch. So get my calipers here, go 125. So that's how deep I want to drill to take off 4 seconds. Try and do it the right way. Okay, that's good. So there we go. Now we're at the just right touching at the 1/8 inch. So these are the drawings that I like, the nice cutaway drawings. So let's put together the delay. So first there's an insulator, and we've got an O-ring. we go. Okay, there's the drill side, there's the spacer, and this is going to go down inside of that O-ring. So this goes down. To that O-ring, press it in, so that's good. This is the bigger nozzle, or bigger O-ring goes on the nozzle end. Okay, so let's get propellant grain inside. There is one of these insulators. This big O-ring here. Okay. This end, an insulator. That's all there was to that. So there's the 38 360 Aerotech I-180. When I get to the field, I will put the igniter in, put the ejection charge in, do all those things at the field. Nozzle cap, ejection charge cap. Okay, now let's get it in a Ziploc and fill out a, well, I may actually put it back in this tube. Fill out a flight card and it will be ready to go. Okay, there's the motor ready for the Arapahoe X, but the other thing we have to do on these dual deployment rockets is get our deployment charges prepped also. So for the Arapahoe X, the main is 1.2 grams and the drogue is 1 gram, and that is from testing. So I did test those to make sure that it would fully deploy everything with the 2 shear pins and all. So what I do is I make these glove tip, omnidirectional, whatever you want to call them, nothing very fancy charges. So there's my black powder. I need a 1 and a 1.2, or a 1 and a, there's 1 cc. So this is the OK Turbo trick on. You guys may already know this, but this is what I've found to do. Just uncurl these like this. Things don't get all twisted. So now it's stretch without a bunch of twist on stuff. You just pull that coil, it'll get all crazy on you. So that's the end of the E-match. Okay, here we go. One cc of black powder, which is pretty much 1 gram. I do like to use these little vials just to help pour it into the glove tip. So I go for my little piece of paper. To the little centrifuge vial, and then you can look at that too, and that should be right at the 1 cc mark, and it is. Glove tip. Open it up. Carefully pour in the powder. Put the E-match into the bottom. twist and tape. Then what I usually do is mark them so I can tell what they are when I'm out in the field. So this is 1.0 gram. Make sure the ends are twisted just to short them so there's less chance of any static charge making that go off. Then I kind of just Z-fold them. So there's that.
That's good.
Okay. High Frontier, maiden voyage on the Arapahoe X. It's a beautiful day. Pawhuska, Oklahoma. Here's Stacy with some green thing. Dugan's got a
NRC Goblin. Hobgoblin.
Cool. I'm on an I-180. What do you got?
It's a mellow, H53 mellow.
H53 mellow.
4.5 second burn.
Stacy's got some hot rod motor in it. Trackers on.
H295.
There you go.
Smoky Sam. It was supposed to be an H237 Smoky Sam, but I had an error in shopping.
It'll work, right?
It's going to go a lot higher than I want it to.
Pad 23, John McClure from Pryor with an Arapahoe X. It's a scratch belt on an Aerotech I-180, Pad 23. Going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start. Arcing, vent, shoot. Looks like everything's in order there. Main at 500. Here we go, everything's on schedule. Pad 24, Philip Dugan with a Hobgoblin on an H53. Main at 400. Pad 24, going in.
A good maiden flight for the Arapahoe X. See how everything landed here. I don't have to climb the fence, so that's always a bonus. It all looks good. Now we gather it up.